I think one of the hardest parts of recovery of sobriety is after we've been sober for so long, we do have to come back and face all the damage we caused while we were actively in addiction. We have to learn to forgive ourselves for where we fell short, for where we it's Lucky. Lucky. He followed me in here. We have to look at all the things we did that were out of alignment with who we really are. We have to look at all our original wounds, all the people that hurt us, and face that. And then we have to face our part in all of it and take accountability, rigorous honesty with ourselves. And if you don't have that rigorous honesty, I think those are usually the people who can't stay sober. But if you have that honesty, even when it hurts, I think that's one of the most important factors to maintaining sobriety and cleaning up the mess that you may have created during your addiction. You can see someone else's part in things. That's important. But then we have to be really honest with ourselves and say, why was I attracted to that person to begin with? How was I reactive to that person when I could have just walked away? I didn't have to react. I didn't have to do the things that I did because they acted that way. There was two parts to it. Or, you know, maybe you have to admit that you were really selfish, self-seeking, instead of serving others, instead of serving your family, serving people that love you, that need you. You were only focused on serving yourself. And the beauty of this is when you look at all of this honestly and you're willing to take this inventory of yourself, God gives you grace because God knows you're human. And just the fact that you're willing to admit where you were wrong, a lot of people can't do that. The fact that you're willing to admit where you're wrong, that you're choosing healing over being right, over being angry, over being resentful and bitter, you're choosing healing. God rewards that. God gives you grace. And yes, there are some messes that are harder to clean up than others, and some actions do have a permanent impact depending on how severe the things you did were. But most of the time, the majority of the things that you did wrong, you can heal simply through making an amends where you can. Admit what you did wrong and do what you can to make it right. If you borrowed money from someone, pay them back. Start making payments to them. Just do the next right thing. If you stole from someone, give them what you stole back. If you you said something hurtful, if you hurt someone, tell them you're sorry and that you were in a place of fear and you had unhealed wounds and you're sorry for any hurt you've caused. you just make amends where you can and do the best you can, the next right thing. And in some situations, you may not be able to make an amends. You may not be able to go to that person directly and apologize or do any fixing. In those circumstances, you can give it to God, send them love and healing through prayer. Pray that God heals their heart, anything that you've done to hurt it. Find ways that you can do something of service for others and secretly give that service to others in honor of what you can't give to that person. Acts of service, acts of goodness just for God. Let God use you. Let God heal you. Let God forgive you. It can be really painful to look at these things. Admitting that we hurt someone. That a lot of us really try to hide that. We really try to escape that we're capable of hurting people we love, of hurting others. And it hurts really bad to look at that. But that's where a lot of the healing begins. When we look at it, all of it, from the beginning. What did we go through? What are our fears? What is our pain? What are our wounds? What are our patterns? How did those affect decisions we made? How did those affect our relationships? How did those affect our decisions? How did addiction serve a purpose in our lives? What were we trying to mask? What were we trying to escape from or numb? And how did we hurt others when trying to escape our own pain, our own shame? And what can we do now to heal ourselves from that pain of hurting others and heal others from the pain we might have caused them? A lot of times it's a lot simpler than we think. It's a lot less scary than we think it's going to be. But just do the next right thing. Do the best that you can and trust that that's enough. That if you're even making the decision to heal, to change, to get a relationship with God, your life is guaranteed to improve in every way, in every aspect. It's guaranteed to. You have God on your side. So just trust that this is part of the process. This stuff's going to come up. All the stuff you've been masking with the drugs and the alcohol, it's all going to come out now that you're sober. But the beautiful thing is you have an opportunity to right your wrongs, to make amends, to show others what's possible, to become the spouse or friend or daughter or son or sibling or parent that you always wanted to be. There's still time. And any step in the right direction will eventually get you where you want to be. You're never too far gone. And your past does not define you. This present moment defines you from here on out. And if you truly want healing and to heal these relationships that you've broken, to right your wrongs, God will show you what you need to do. Even if, like I said, you can't do it directly, God will tell you in your heart what you can do to clear your conscience and to heal your soul from the hurt you caused others. Because when we hurt others, we really do hurt ourselves most. But the good news is it's okay. We're all capable of hurting other people as human beings. And we can all have the goal to become more evolved and more loving and more wholesome and more generous and loving and kind and serving. And the grace that God gives us allows us to have that opportunity despite what mistakes we may have made. Because God is love. And God could never see us as less than perfect. As hard as that is to believe or understand or grasp, we're perfect in the eyes of God. Our souls are perfect, they're untainted. And as long as you're still living and breathing, you have the opportunity to make that change, to right your wrongs, to become a better person, to learn from your mistakes, to bring love and light and healing to others, and to accept the grace of God into your life and into your heart. And it can be scary, but you can do hard things. You don't have to be afraid to do hard things. That's what you're afraid of. That's what you've been avoiding. You don't think you can do it. But just do the next right thing. Just take one little baby step at a time. And eventually, when you get to do the hardest things, they won't be quite as hard anymore because you'll have already overcome so many other smaller hard things along the way. So I've never actually worked through all the 12 steps in the AA program. I'm very familiar with them. I couldn't quote you on them. But I see myself naturally doing a lot of them through my own journey of sobriety. Um, it just kind of seems to happen that way naturally for me. So that's been cool. But I hope this gives someone a little hope during their journey of sobriety. That if you're even trying, that's more than enough. You're on the right path, and it's going to be okay. God's got your back, and there's nothing you could ever do to make God love you any less. And I love you too.